Howdy. For those whom I haven't had the pleasure of meeting quite yet, my name is John Ryan Rodriguez. I'm a graduate student at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. I am enrolled in its Master of Public Affairs program. This module, I am completing the PAFF 6315 Management of Government Information Systems course. And as per instruction of this course, this is my project covering the public management information systems used by public entities. Today, I'll be covering three primary sections of management or public management information systems. The first component is what is a public management information system? In this section, we'll be covering what is a PMIS as well as the reasons for its application. So the what and why. Secondly, we'll be covering PMIS and its use of enterprise architecture's elements. By using these two components, public entities are able to create a good communication and outline between other public entities as well as their constituents that they serve. So we'll be looking at the relationship that these two components have together. Lastly, we're going to be doing a mock application of the components that were just said, using previous experiences that I've used, as well as my enrollment within UTRGV. I'll be using those said experiences to provide a potential or even possibly already used public management information system that is used by UTRGV or could potentially be used by UTRGV. So what is a public management information system? Well, by definition, in our course text, it says it is information technology that is stored, analyzed, collected, and displayed for public sector organizations. Once again, a PMIS is often used between for the communication between public entities as well as the constituents that they serve. It acts as a communication tract that collects and stores data that is easily available for those needing it. Now, the elements of a PMIS look as follows. The structure of a PMIS, it's primarily hierarchical, and it's centralized just because of the strict accountability that public entities often have to follow. Its motives are described as the following. It's usually bureaus shaping through resource maximization or silos information systems based on departments. And lastly, the environment in which PMISs are used. It's used in responsive to a multitude of stakeholders. So this can be politicians, citizens, businesses, and other interest groups that are involved with that public organization. In this instance, we're going to be looking at UTRGV as the public organization, simply because it is. And we'll be covering later what stakeholders are involved in the work and the management of the university. Now we're going to be looking at the elements of enterprise architecture and its relationship with PMIS. So the first element that we're going to be looking at is culture. By definition, this is the values, management type, and employee attitudes that are found within an organization that the enterprise architecture is being incorporated into. The second piece is competencies. This is going to be the skills, aptitudes, knowledge, and experience that the individuals in the public organization possess. Thirdly, the process, which is the management, support, and operational aspects of the public organization and the programs that they are trying to implement or offer to themselves as well as their constituents. Next, we're going to be looking at technology. This is pretty much all types of capital or infrastructure that is used for the facilitation and management of said program as well as the organization. So this can be the buildings, the workplace, equipment, software, and hardware that are often or needingly being used by the organization. Lastly, we're looking at the organization itself. This can be the power relationships that it possesses, formal communication channels between themselves, other public organizations, and their potential constituents they're serving, informal networks, trust, and once again, communication. Now today, again, we're going to be looking at a mock application of the concepts that we just covered. In this instance, I'll be drawing from previous experience with my undergraduate work at Texas A&M University, as well as University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. The reason why I've chosen Division of Research from A&M as well as the Department of Research, Innovation, and Technology Commercialization there at UTRGV, it's simple. We're going to be creating a public management information system for these research divisions and how research projects are proposed, they're managed, outlined, utilized, and at the very end reviewed by the individuals looking to perform the research, the individuals that are participating as volunteers within the research, so part of the samples and populations, and in addition to the universities that are supporting and sponsoring the research being done. So following up, we're going to be looking at the components, again, of the public management information systems on top. We see structure, environment, motives, and then how it's played importantly with the elements of entrepreneurial or enterprise architecture. So here we look at motives as well as culture. We're going to be looking at the mission of UTRGV first off and how it plays into this application of this prospective public management information system. The mission states to transform the Rio Grande Valley and the Americas and the world through an innovative, accessible educational environment that promotes student success, research, creative works, health and well-being, community engagement, and sustainable development. As you can see, student successes, research, and creative works are in bold simply because of the emphasis for the research database, for lack of better terms. This would play into the motives and the culture once again. Secondly, we're going to be looking at the environment and the competencies that this mod application possesses. So right now we're looking at stakeholders. Stakeholders for UTRGV would be the students, the ones that are conducting the research project. The faculty, that might be the faculty advisors, staff that are helping with the review board of all the research applications being sent in, administration of the university, and as well as donors or those that are helping sponsor and fund the work being done on campus. The stakeholders for the research project will be the project participants, so those that are participating mainly because they feel a need and desire to help out with the research project, or there might be some type of incentive for them at the end of it, even from human research to statistical research and somewhere in between as well as the community. Like mentioned in the mission statement, the citizens of Rio Grande Valley, as well as the Americas, would be the stakeholders or individuals involved within the environment and the competencies of this mod application. Now we're looking at the structure and technology. The structure and the technology of this mod application is housed within the capital or infrastructure that is within the UTRGV school. It can be on campus. Here we see the science building there on campus. Once again, the technology being used can be the buildings that are housing the computers and the personnel that are working on this project, the workplace itself, wherever the individuals may be sitting while they're conducting their research, the equipment being used. So this can be the laptops, desks, or other pieces of equipment that are necessary to conduct work there at UTRGV. Softwares such as the Microsoft suite that might be used to draft different pieces of the research proposals or collecting the data, such as Excel or other applications from Microsoft. And lastly, the hardware. So this would be the database or the actual chip within the computers that is housing all the data that is being collected from the research projects. Now we're looking at the process. The process is the proposal, the acceptance, and the evaluation of the said project. So here we have the initial application completion that would be done through this online public management information system. Next, we'll be looking at the application review done by the research board on the university's campus through this public management information system. Once they've reviewed the application, they've sent in their critiques. The critiques have been mended by those that are proposing the project. They'll be looking at the approval by the board, and then the project will potentially begin. Once the project has begun, it's completed. Then we're looking at the project review stage, in which all the data and the work done by the researchers is evaluated by themselves and given to the research board for evaluation, just simply for even an audit done on the university to say the research was done and completed. Lastly, we're looking at the organization. This is primarily just the formal communication, once again, between the individuals. So this could be the researchers themselves, in addition to the university. I truly believe this public management information system, which I was familiar with using A&M's, if it's already not possessed on UTRGV's campus or utilized by UTRGV, it would definitely help the university understand and have a finite, I would say, housing or database of all the research already done on campus, and see how it applies in the future to the Rio Grande Valley community, to the Americas, and to the world described in the mission statement. I think it will allow the university to carry out its mission statement and other values that the university may have, or even other goals that the university may instill on an annual basis through the executive administration or those within the different academic departments on campus. But I'd like to thank you for listening in to today's presentation. If you have any questions, I would really appreciate the opportunity to answer those with my email. It is john.rodriguez08@utrgv.edu. If you have any other comments or suggestions, I would love to hear those as well. You can reach me at the same email. Again, that's john.rodriguez08@utrgv.edu. Thank you for your time. I truly appreciate it, and I hope you're well. Thank you.